South Carolina basketball freshman Eli Ellis sends message to doubters. In the world of college basketball, Eli Ellis is not one to shy away from making his voice heard. The four-star freshman guard from South Carolina made it clear during a recent introduction on July 30 that he is ready to take on the challenges ahead. "I'm used to it," he stated, reflecting on his experience in the spotlight since he was just in 7th grade. Ellis, who has already made a name for himself both on the court and across social media platforms, exudes confidence without arrogance. He understands the expectations placed upon him, especially from those outside the program who may not believe in the Gamecocks' potential for success. Last season was a tough one for South Carolina, as they struggled significantly in a year that was otherwise marked by strong performances across the SEC. The team found it difficult to replicate the success they had enjoyed just a year prior. And as head coach Lamont Paris enters his pivotal 4th year, he is acutely aware of the challenges that lie ahead. The stark contrast between a promising 2nd year and a disappointing 3rd year has raised questions about the team's consistency and ability to compete at a high level. The 2024 NCAA tournament bid had initially sparked hope, suggesting that the Gamecocks could indeed be contenders in the evolving landscape of college basketball. However, the subsequent season, which ended with a disheartening 12-20 record, reinforced the perception that while the Gamecocks might have a standout season occasionally, sustained success has eluded them. In response to these challenges, Coach Paris has made significant changes to the roster, utilizing the transfer portal to bring in 5 new freshmen, including Ellis, who has been committed to the program since November 2023. His dedication has not wavered, and he is recognized as one of the most prominent newcomers. Paris has praised Ellis for his competitive spirit and his ability to channel that energy into improving his game. According to Ellis, his defensive skills have seen the most growth during the summer training sessions. "He's a hard worker," Paris remarked, noting Ellis's confidence as a young player, despite the pressure that comes with high expectations. Ellis maintains a calm demeanor. He understands the weight of competition and the reality that many may not want to see the Gamecocks succeed. "Nobody wants to see us win. Nobody thinks we're gonna win. That's been my whole life," he shared, emphasizing the team's underdog mentality. Ellis also acknowledged that his smaller stature has deterred some recruiters and scouts, but once they see him play, their perceptions often change. He believes that this message of resilience and determination has resonated with his teammates, who are all in on the idea of proving the doubters wrong. "We're probably going to be put last in the SEC again this year, most likely, and that's where we want to be." "That's where I like to be," Ellis stated confidently. "Everywhere I've been last on everything, and it never ends that way." As the season approaches, it will be interesting to see if the Gamecocks can defy expectations and deliver a performance that surprises critics. What do you think? Can they turn the tide and prove the naysayers wrong? Share your thoughts in the comments. Eli Ellis, the Gamecocks' newest star and competitor. Eli Ellis isn't just another freshman. He's a born competitor with a hunger for victory that's already turning heads at South Carolina. But here's where it gets controversial. Can a player from overtime elite truly thrive in college basketball, or is it just a flash in the pan? As the Gamecocks wrap up their summer workouts, the answer seems to be written in the glowing testimonials from teammates and coaches alike. And this is the part most people miss. The real story isn't just about Eli's stats or accolades. It's about how he's reshaping the culture of a program hungry for a breakthrough. Let's rewind. Eli Ellis, the number 69 overall recruit and number 9 point guard in the 2023 class, didn't take the traditional path to Columbia. Instead of high school, he honed his craft in the Overtime Elite (OTE) league, leading the YNG Dreamers to a championship with jaw-dropping averages of 32.1 points, 6.7 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game. That's not just impressive, it's unheard of for a teenager. Now, at 6 foot and 192 pounds, he's bringing that same relentless energy to the Gamecocks. Head coach Lamont Paris called him a 4-star impact true freshman, and the summer workouts have only amplified that praise. But don't just take it from the coaching staff. The players themselves are raving. Kobe Knox, a fellow newcomer, put it plainly. He's a competitor at the point guard position, even as a freshman. He's a competitor at heart. It rubs off on other people on the team. He pushes us and is a winner. That's not hyperbole. It's a blueprint for a leader. Knox even admitted, he's one of the best competitors I've played with. He shows his passion on the court. As a point guard, you have to have that type of competitiveness, and it rubs off on each other. And for someone like Meechie Johnson, who's used to sharing the court with smaller guards, Ellis's arrival is a breath of fresh air. If he wants to come in and run the point, I have no problem going off the ball. It's about heart. It's about competitiveness. It's about being tough on the ball. We will be fine. Then there's Elijah Strong, who has a personal connection to Eli's rise. I played against Eli Ellis before anyone knew who he was, he said. He was in 7th grade. I was in 8th. And he was already shooting from deep, handling the ball, taking it from people, doing exactly what he does now. He's a really good player. Before he got here this summer, I was curious to see how it would translate, and it's definitely translating. It's not a fluke. He can play basketball for sure. That's not just admiration. It's validation from a peer who's watched him grow. Hayden Assemian, another freshman, summed it up with a bit of swagger. He's been basically what everyone expected. He's a dog. All of us are dogs from OTE. He's been really doing what he said he was going to do. Nobody is really doubting him. And Norden Kapik, who values energy and strength, added, Eli has great energy. Big energy guy. Competes, strong guy. I like him. He's going to be a good guy for sure. But here's the twist. How will Ellis fit into a backcourt already stacked with talent? Mike Sherevjans offered a solution. When I play at the 2, he can guard a taller guard. When he plays at the 2, I can guard a smaller guard. I feel like we can help each other a lot on the offensive and defensive side. Abu Yarma, who's trained with Eli for years, put it even more plainly. We've put in a lot of work together, especially the past 3 years. I feel like he makes me better when I'm guarding him. Overall, he makes me a better defender. So what does this mean for the 2023-24 season? If the summer workouts are any indication, Eli Ellis isn't just a one-hit wonder. He's a catalyst, a leader, a winner. But let's not sugarcoat it. His unconventional path has sparked debates. Is OTE a launching pad for college success? Or is it a bubble of The Gamecocks newcomers don't seem to care. They see a teammate who competes in every drill, who leads by example, and who's already raising the bar. And that's the real takeaway. Talent wins games, but culture wins championships. Now, tell us, do you think Eli Ellis is the missing piece for South Carolina's next title run? Or is he just another hype train? Sound off in the comments. Meechie Johnson returns. What his comeback means for South Carolina basketball. A basketball legend returns. Meechie Johnson, a familiar face in the South Carolina men's basketball scene, is back with the Gamecocks, and his story is one of resilience and a second chance. On Wednesday, the team introduced its impressive roster of 11 newcomers, and among them was Johnson, a player with a unique journey. Despite being considered a newcomer, Johnson's history with the Gamecocks dates back to 2022 to 2024. I'm incredibly grateful for this second opportunity, Johnson expressed. It was an emotional decision to leave initially, but coming back to Columbia felt like coming home. But here's where it gets interesting. Johnson's return wasn't just about the familiar surroundings. It was about the people and the leadership role he embraced. When I left, it was a tough decision, but I knew this was the place where I felt most at ease, he shared. Since rejoining, Johnson has taken on a leadership mantle, reaching out to new players and supporting the team through summer workouts, even with a back injury. Elijah Strong, a transfer from Boston College, praised Johnson's impact. He might be quiet on the court, but his voice carries weight in the gym. That's the mark of a true leader, especially one who knows what it takes to win. And this is the part most people miss. Johnson's story is a reminder that leadership isn't always about being the loudest. Sometimes it's about the quiet influence and the second chances we take. So what do you think? Is Johnson's return a game changer for the Gamecocks? Or is it just a feel-good story? Let's discuss in the comments and share your thoughts on this unique basketball journey.